Hello, fellow Christmas lovers and enthusiasts. You are listening to Closer to Christmas. Today is January 3rd, and that means there are 356 days left until Christmas. So if you have been following me throughout the years on my social media and throughout the podcast, you'll know a few years ago on my art account, which is just at Ague Designs on Instagram, AGUEDESIGNS, I used to post daily Christmas art, and what I would do every Friday is I would recreate the art from some of my favorite Christmas podcasts, and I would post the image up there. But I think what I'm going to do this year as my daily countdown podcast, every Friday I'm going to feature another one of the podcasts on the Christmas Podcast Network. And I'm sure if you're listening to this, you've already heard all of the podcasts that are on the Christmas Podcast Network, even those that are not on there. There are so many great podcasts out there that are Christmas related. So if you haven't had any of these in your podcast feeds or on your watch list, make sure you're checking out any show that I talk about. So every Friday, I'm going to do an episode that features one of my favorite Christmas podcasts. Now, these episodes are going to be in no way a ranking. I love all of these podcasts, all of these hosts of these podcasts I have talked to throughout the years. They were all wonderful people. But first up on my weekly podcast I'm going to be talking about is the one and only Christmas Past. Behind every Christmas tradition is a story, often a forgotten one. Every year, as we put up a tree and pour the eggnog, we're continuing generations-old narratives while being mostly unaware of their starting chapters. Join Brian Earl to explore the fascinating stories behind the most wonderful time of the year. It's equal parts nerdy, deep dive, and warm-hearted celebration. Think NPR meets Clement Clarke Moore. So make sure you head over to ChristmasPastPodcast.com and give the show a listen. Remember, the next time you hear my voice on this podcast, we'll all be a little bit closer to Christmas. Thanks for listening.